Okay, Coach, so normally thoughts turn to basketball this time of year in the Hoosier State, but not so this year. The NFL playoffs have come to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. His first carry, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Brissett now. Looking deep for Hilton. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 73 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check. Come down. Hey, 24. That's it. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. He can't hang.
Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check the out, check the out, check the out. Check. Check 50, check 50. Check, crunch.
They give to Johnson going right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check girls, check girls, check girls. Check 24. Check 53. Bring it. 24. Pass it. Big Ed. 31. Watch the eye.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th.
Whip. Watch the whip. Check 26. Watch safety 3.
There we go on 4th. Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Jim.
On 1st down, it's Hines. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check. Switch. Do.
From the gun, here's Bissell. Funches has it complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2. I'm going 30
37's the Mike. Mike 37. We own them. We own them. Hey, watch the edge. Watch the edge. There we go. 37's the Mike. 61. Match box. Mike. Go. Watch twist.
On third down, Hines. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Now Brissett, and he gets it to Funchess complete. After 7-0 on EA Sports. A first down throw for Brissett. Flushed out right. He's got it to Hilton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brissett, and the catch made by Hilton. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
First down, Brissett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Stop your whining. Watch it. Rotate. Spell. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hayward. Get that hose. Chance.
So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Check 99. 81. The Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Down to lose. Oh, Trot. Take the edge. Go. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Double dog.
Brissett again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Switch gears. Go.
They'll throw again. Brissett. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Vinatieri's kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So no surprise if Vinatieri able to convert there. He is, of course, the owner of the NFL record for most postseason field goals.
Hard to believe he was undrafted coming out of college. And now here he is, into his 40s, and he's still one of the best kickers around.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And the Texans, first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 24. 13. Check out.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. 59. Out. Let's go. Serve on. Check. Lucky. 54. 54. Kill. Back. Alert.
Watson just beating the play clock. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 34-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Shoot. 54. Safe. Hey, 59.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. 55. Check 9. Check 31.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. The tackle there by George Odom. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
53, Mike. I'm coming for you, son.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
First six. Ain't no time now. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. 59. Target. 25. Check 25. Check 25. 59. Check.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Thomas there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game. That's deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Hey, 33. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On second down, Brissett again. Complete to Hilton. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Set hut. Watch the edge.
Brissett on first down. Looking deep for Hilton. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
56. Mike.
From the red zone now, Brissett. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Throwing again on second and 10. Brissett, catch made here by Campbell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
56. Check 56. I got you.
Again, it's Brissett. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
Kill. Hey, turn it out. 66, pull it, pop. Shoot.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run on first down. It's Johnson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 40-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Crunch time, defense. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. 54. Watch 98. 98 for Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They go to Johnson again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Keep it up. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Let's go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. On 3rd down, Brissett looking for Campbell downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
He's checking crack. One forward. Hustle. Go get him. Go get him.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. He's got Fuller. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
54. 59. 24. Check 3. Delta. 36. 24. Check 4.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 87 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Brissett sets to throw it. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Key to tight end. Alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, 4-1's Mike.
On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. A huge play there on the screen pass. 45 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Y'all playing the wrong. Undercrush.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
from the shotgun. It's Brissett looking for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Wide, get wide. Hey, 31.
After the interception, here's Watson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. And now it's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check the backer, check the backer. 22, check cover. 22, check cover. 59. Ball trot. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. On the ball. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. I'm on. Kill. Hey, 54. He's coming.
Throwing again is Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
SOS. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
What's up? 19. 53. Mike. Watch the out. 59. 53. Check 53. Hey, 31. Pull it together. Kill. Tight dog. Check.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Check pass. Check pass. Check. 53 's mine. What we got? What we got? What we got? Shift. 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 Hey, 59. Peek in. Peek in. Peek in. Watch the edge. Kill. 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 Check. Whip. 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 Whip.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
53's the mic. Alert. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Jim. 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 Alert flare. Alert flare. 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 Check. 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 Switch.
Here's Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. 54. 53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Short. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, here I come. Alert. Here I come. Here I come. 54. Check 49. Time to go.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Watson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
At the 20-yard line.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. This is Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Alert! That's it! Slam! Sponge! Sponge. Sponge. No, no, no. Line up, go.
Here's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Justin Houston, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Slam, slam, slam. Shift, shift.
Third and long. It's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Got you, boy. 26.
One last throw here for Watson. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets